Let's discuss SI5 or small intestine 5 Yanggu, Jing-River point. SI5 is located on the ulnar aspect of the wrist at the level of the lateral joint space. How to find? By moving the wrist in a relaxed way, the wrist joint space can be palpated on the ulnar side. SI5 is located directly distal to the styloid process of the ulna on a line running along the ulnar border of the hand and continuing to the wrist. Located on the same line and distal to the prominence of the pisiform bone is SI4. Needling vertically 0.3 to 0.5 Zun. Actions, indications, clears heat and reduces swellings. Special features, Jing-River point, far point, pen point, 5 faces point. SI5 is a very useful for its mental effect. It clears the mind in the sense that it helps the person to gain mental clarity and distinguish the right choice to make among several. It can help a person at difficult times to distinguish what is right to do at a particular moment in life. SI5 can be used in a similar way to SI4 for channel problems, and it also helps to eliminate dampness from the knees when they are swollen and hot. So SI5 clears heat, calms the mind for manic behavior, benefits ears and eyes, tinnitus, deafness, blurred vision, redness, swelling, and pain of the eyes. It helps to discriminate between issues. SI5 is the far and Jing-River point of the small intestine channel. Unlike the more distal points of the channel, it has relatively less action on the channel as a whole. In other words, it is less used to treat disorders of the hand, arm, or shoulder, but focuses rather on the eyes, ears, and jaw. As a far point, it is able to clear heat and swelling and soothe contraction in these regions. It is specifically indicated for swelling of the neck and submandibular region, lockjaw, contraction of the tongue in babies, tongue thrusting, where the tongue is repeatedly thrust out of the mouth like a snake's tongue, and toothache. Whilst most classical sources recommend this point for toothache of the upper jaw, Sun Simiao, the famous 7th century physician, incorporated it in prescriptions for toothache of both the upper and lower jaw. As the far point of the small intestine channel, interiorly, exteriorly related to the heart channel, SI5 is able to clear fire from the heart and calm the spirit and is indicated for mania and mad walking. SI5 is indicated and appears in combination with distal points of the bladder channel for hemorrhoids. In learning the names of the points of the yang channels of the wrist, it is helpful to remember the similarity between their names. Yangshi, Yang Stream, Yanggu, Yang Valley, and Yangshi, Yang Pool. As a far point and far channel, it can clear heat and far agitating the shen and thus calm the mind, enabling the patient to regain the composure necessary for the smooth operating and overseeing of the heart. If far is agitated through excess or the desperation of deficiency, the mind can be too fraught and anxious to assimilate and discriminate. When this is extreme and heat affects the shen, insomnia and mania can result. Fear and agitation in children. The disorder in one's being that an imbalanced small intestine can effect disrupts the heart's ability to govern and find rest. Used for SI channel problems affecting the wrist, elbow, shoulders, and submandibular area, tinnitus. As the far point, it can both clear heat and wind heat. As it affects the distal end of the meridian, it is useful to clear heat from the ears and eyes. Through the taiyang, small intestine and bladder, this point can be used to treat hemorrhoids. Machocha also cites it to eliminate damp from the knees when they are hot and swollen. SI5 is far point, Horary point, 1 to 3 p.m., seasonal Horary point, summer. Jing-River, antique, late summer point. This is called a yang vitality point. Shakes up and invigorates this far official, thus bringing out its inherent potential, aids mental clarity, helps with severe tinnitus, conjunctivitis, or skin eruptions, particularly on the face, as it clears rubbish in the head area, enhances separation of pure from impure. Consider for high fevers, excessive laughter, mental instability, mind out of control, or excessive talking, or conversely, if the patient is weak-spirited, despairing, or unable to cope. For SI-type people who are either excessively vague or obsessed with minutiae, helps clarify what is correct in relationships, so that they can be more consistent, not off one day and back on the next. Can be effective for arthritis in the wrists and fingers.